There was a time when having a stable job meant something powerful. Not luxury, not wealth, but security. You worked, you got paid, you handled your bills, bought groceries, paid your rent, and slowly, life moved forward. That became the quiet promise behind the modern, middle-class dream. Work hard, stay responsible, and life remains stable. But today, millions of workers no longer feel that stability. Even people with full-time jobs, steady routine, and monthly paychecks are quietly living with financial anxiety. And the strange part is, many of them are doing everything correctly. They work hard, stay employed, avoid unnecessary risks, and still, something feels broken. Because modern life created a new emotional reality. People are no longer working to move forward. Many are working simply to avoid falling behind. For decades, the economic formula felt simpler. A single income could often support an entire household. Housing felt more reachable. Groceries felt manageable. Healthcare was still stressful. But ordinary life did not constantly feel like financial survival. Most workers were not rich, but many felt psychologically safe, and that feeling matters more than people realize. Because financial safety is not just about numbers, it is about breathing room, the ability to survive unexpected problems without panic, the ability to rest without guilt, the ability to believe that hard work is slowly building a better future. And for many families, that belief created emotional stability. But over time, something quietly changed. The cost of living began rising faster than emotional comfort. And eventually, many workers stopped feeling ahead. They started feeling trapped inside maintenance mode. Today, millions of people feel financially stretched, even while employed. Rent increased, groceries increased, healthcare costs increased, insurance increased, education costs increased, and slowly, normal life itself became expensive. Not luxury, not wealth, just ordinary existence. At the same time, modern culture also became psychologically exhausting. People are constantly connected, constantly comparing themselves, constantly exposed to pressure online. Every scroll shows someone richer, more successful, more attractive, more productive, and over time, people stop feeling stable, even when they are surviving. Because modern pressure is no longer only financial, it is emotional, mental, psychological. That is why so many workers today feel permanently tired. Not lazy, not weak, just mentally overloaded for too long. This is where the real damage begins. Because people are not only losing money, many are losing emotional recovery. Rest no longer feels real. Even at home, the pressure follows them. Bills, notifications, deadlines, fear about the future. And when the human brain stays under pressure for too long, it slowly shifts into survival mode. People stop thinking long-term, stop feeling hopeful, stop feeling emotionally present. They become functional, but exhausted. And that emotional numbness is spreading quietly across modern life. People still smile, still go to work, still act normal, but internally, many feel emotionally drained. And the dangerous part is, society often treats this exhaustion like a personal failure, when sometimes it is simply the result of constant pressure without enough recovery. Modern life may be difficult, but hopeless is not the same thing as difficult. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they must solve everything instantly. Most stability returns slowly, through small layers of protection. Financially, many experts now recommend building emergency savings first, before chasing lifestyle upgrades, because even a small safety cushion reduces psychological stress dramatically. Emotionally, people also need recovery boundaries. Not every hour should belong to work, notifications, or productivity. The human brain was not designed for permanent stimulation, and sometimes real recovery begins with simple things: better sleep, less comparison online, more silence, more physical movement, more honest conversations. People also need adaptable skills, because modern economies change quickly. Workers who continue learning, even slowly, often create more long-term flexibility. But perhaps the most important change is psychological. People must stop measuring their worth entirely through productivity, because a human being is not a machine, and surviving difficult economic periods does not mean someone failed at life. The truth is, millions of people are not imagining this pressure. Modern life genuinely became heavier in many ways, and that reality deserves honesty, not shame. But maybe the solution is not returning to an old world,